Very welcome along here to Ballymcguigan for the TG4 Junior Football Championship Group Game, the final round of fixtures and indeed the final round in the Junior Championship before the knockout stages as Derry welcome Fermanagh here to Ballymcguigan. It's a dead rubber. Derry already out of the championship. Fermanagh safely into a semi-final where they will face Limerick in 2 weeks' time. The other semi-final already decided as well. Down topping their group will play Carlow in their semi-final. Joining me on commentary will be Ailish Gormley, but I'll run through the two teams before we get a word with Ailish. The Derry team, who have got 15 players available to them this evening. Of course, a lot of possibly in Armagh for the All-Ireland Minor Football Final and unavailable for selection this evening. Thomasina Cassidy will line out between the posts for Derry. Full back line of Hannah Mullen, Blahin Donnelly and Emma McCluskey. Half back line of Ciara Scullion, the team captain Joanne Corr and Orla McCluskey. Midfield pairing, one change, wearing number 20 Orla McGill coming in place of Anna Fazell, while Annie Crozier also lines out at midfield. Half forward line of Kate Hargan, Anna Martin and Dervla Steenston, and the full forward line of Niamh Hannon, Anya Ní Loughlin and Nuala Brown. Fermanagh, who have recorded victories over Carlow and London, and will be hoping to continue that winning streak before the semi-final against Limerick in 2 weeks' time. Roisin Gleeson is in between the posts. Emer Keenan, Molly McGlone and Ciara Clark make up the full back line. Shannon McQuaid, the team captain, Courtney Murphy and Sarah McCarville, the half back line. Midfield pairing then is Brenda Bannon and Aisling O'Brien. Half forward line of Sarah Britton, Danielle Maguire, and one change, Aoife McCabe, wearing number 20, comes in place of Niamh McManus. Full forward line then is Lisa Maguire, Blahin Bogue and Laura Grew, who will be wearing the number 28 jersey. Ailish, Fermanagh safely into the semi-finals. Derry hoping to probably a little bit of pride to themselves, defeats to London and Carlow, but unfortunately for them, they've only 15 players available to them.
Yeah, it's great to be here, Alan, and it's just a pity, I suppose, that Derry don't have the full panel out representing them today. It is always a privilege to play for your county, and I know, every county, my own included, you go through plenty of tough times, and that's where you need your players really to step up and to lead. Even though the game really effectively means nothing for them this year, it should be about young players getting an opportunity, staking a claim for a jersey next year.
It is, and Fermanagh on the other hand, of course, looking ahead to a semi-final. They'll probably fancy themselves this year. I suppose Limerick will fancy themselves too, so too will Carlow and Down, who have come down from intermediate. But Fermanagh beaten in last year's All-Ireland final to Antrim, and we saw where Antrim have went this year, already safely into the intermediate semi-finals. So Fermanagh will be looking to build on last year, and they'll possibly hope that this is their year again to win the junior title.
Certainly, yes. Fermanagh and Antrim had a great tussle last year in Croke Park. I thought Antrim obviously were well ahead and let Fermanagh back into the game. But, Fermanagh have a lot of really good quality players and they expressed themselves well in Croke Park, particularly that last 15 minutes last year. So a lot of those girls will want to get back to that stage of getting to the All-Ireland final, getting to Croke Park and trying to get themselves up into intermediate football. Looking at where Antrim are now, suddenly sitting in an All-Ireland semi-final for intermediate a year later. So there's hope for every team when they put the shoulder to the wheel.
There is, and I suppose that shows you where the top teams is in junior, that they're not that far away from intermediate level if they can get out of junior. But junior is a tough place to get out of because there's a lot of them evenly matched on any given day. Teams can beat each other, but when you do, it's important to build on it. I suppose for Fermanagh over the years when they won the junior, they didn't build on it at intermediate level, but they'll take a lot of heart to what Antrim have done.
Absolutely, and I suppose Antrim over the last 3 or 4 years, they were a junior team basically in name only. They were down there stuck in that division and having to get the All-Ireland to get out of it. It's actually a very difficult task. You can see once they've come up to intermediate that there's really no difference between them and that. They've beaten Tyrone, they've beaten Monaghan. They'll fancy their chances now in their All-Ireland semi-final as well. So, and likewise, when teams go from intermediate to senior, you can't expect to make a change in 1 year, 2 years. It's 4, 5, 6 years of consistent panel, staying together, working really hard for the one goal that you need. And I suppose that's what we're looking at here. We're looking at a Fermanagh team that have been together now for a number of years, will fancy their chances of progressing, and a Derry team who are trying to find their feet and maybe building for the future as well.
I suppose Fermanagh, Miss Emer Smith, probably one of the best forwards in the country. She's unavailable this year, taking a year out, but they have plenty of forwards in there. Blahin Boga, we've seen over the years, is a very good sharpshooter. They'll be looking to her again to continue the scoring streak, but there are a lot of good players throughout this team. Shannon McQuaid and Sarah McCarville in particular in the defensive, and they've a good central midfield too, Brenda Bannon and also Aisling O'Brien. They've experience, and as I say, they'll be hoping to continue that winning run this evening. I know it's a difficult game. They've already qualified for the semi-final. Nobody wants to be picking up injuries, and they're coming here expected to have no problem against Derry as well, I suppose.
Yeah, that's it. They'll be expected to get through today, all right. But for any of those girls that are maybe not featuring on the first team, on a regular basis, this is their opportunity today to be able to put their hand up and stake a claim. Albeit against a team that maybe aren't at their full strength. The conditions today, obviously, it's a nice evening, but there's a considerable breeze here. We're just right on the shores of Lough Neagh. So again, this is a good testing ground for Fermanagh. If they want to go any further, they have to put in a massive performance today, and they should be thinking about winning this game really comfortably if they want to be considered for All-Ireland contenders.
Yeah, as well as Derry then, on the other hand, I suppose they're in a very difficult position at the moment, and you know how difficult it is, I suppose, when you're down there. It's a long time from the 1-1 league game this year against Kilkenny. I think they've won one championship game in the last number of years, that coming against Antrim, which was a big win for them. But they're down there, they're struggling to get the players out, I suppose, to play for them, and they're in a difficult position at the moment, and this their only home game of the year, and unfortunately for them, only 15 players tugging out for them as well. So they're in a low point at the moment.
It's very difficult, and great credit to those 15 girls who are lined out to represent their county today. And over the years, we've come across a lot of Derry teams, in Fermanagh, in underage football, and Ulster clubs, intermediate, like Steelstown. We've come across Ballymacquiggan, and they've some cracking players. They're as good as there is available in any county in Ireland. It's just a matter, I suppose, of Derry circling the wagons, getting all their best talent out for the team and for the county. And you can see when the men, got themselves well organised, you can see that it's bearing fruits with their minors winning the All-Ireland today, their seniors in a semi.
Yeah, and there's good work being done at underage level in Derry as well, of course. Under 14 All-Ireland champions last year in the level, and again this year, as we pause for Aran Naveen.
Our children could feel much vasil chantir shin shafasta ni harfa winchina la wintra anakta hemsa parnowel leganar gel combush sel leganar square we are nabile shalit kani
A woman of many talents, the Derry goalkeeper Thomasina Cassidy, singing our national anthem. Both teams will now, of course, leave the field as they continue for the United for Equality, and they will go in and get their jerseys on before resuming and back out for the start of this TG4 Junior Football Championship game, group game, the final group game of their series before Fermanagh will march on to the semi-final stages, while Derry will look to build on next year. We talked about Derry there before the national anthem. They're doing good work at underage, and I suppose that's where it starts. They get a good solid county board in there, solid working at underage level and trying to build it up. That's where you have to start. You have to start laying the foundations, and it's working. They've had 2 All-Irelands in under 14 this last 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely, and the likes of, as mentioned earlier, their Steelstown coming through. For years, I suppose, in Derry, Glen were the standard bearers. They were and they had probably very limited competition for a long period of time, whereas now the competition's a lot tighter, which is great to see. So once your club structures get a lot stronger, your underage structures get a lot stronger, then eventually that will feed into a stronger county setup. And there's no doubt, having seen a lot of those girls playing at underage from Ballymacquiggan, they've unbelievable talent coming through in Derry. Their schools have been doing well, so it's just a matter, as we say, harnessing all that potential, getting them all, I suppose, pushing in the one direction for their county. Yeah,
indeed, and all getting off that same hymn sheet and working together to represent their county at the senior level, and
we say that as a Tyrone person, knowing that someday that it comes back to bite you. The same with Antrim, the way they have gathered themselves, when they've put Tyrone out of the Ulster Championship, just put Monaghan out of the Intermediate Championship today. So what you would have considered, I suppose, the stalwart counties are now getting stepped back by these new, but that's what competition's about, and seeing these new teams coming forward.
And it does give the hope for the likes of Derry and Fermanagh at junior level that it is possible if the work is put in and you get everyone singing off that same hymn sheet and working. It doesn't happen overnight, as you mentioned, Eilish. It will take time, and I suppose at the moment it's a position where Tyrone and Monaghan find themselves again. They're down at the foundations. They have to work themselves back up to that level again.
Yeah, absolutely. And the players themselves, you have to have a desire to want to play for your county. You have to have a desire to give up quite a bit of your social life and all those things that go with it in order to be able to get better. I always looked at it as a tremendous honour and a great opportunity to be able to say, you know, not alone can you test yourself on your club pitch 2-3 times a week to see how good you are against the rest of your club mates, but to be able to get out and do that against the best players in other counties is an incredible opportunity. And I had a great career and enjoyed playing very much, and the unfortunate thing is once it's over, and you look back and you wish you had done a wee bit more. That's what I would say to most people anyway.
You had a very good career indeed. You broke many of our hearts in Monaghan too, Eilish, over the years. So Fermanagh back on the field as we await Derry to re-emerge from the dressing room. Fermanagh yet to see play in that kit, to be honest. That's a different kit than I've often seen Fermanagh. So it's their changed kit this afternoon. So Fermanagh in the darker greyish colour. So we wait Derry to come out, and they are.
Looking during the week there, I was noting Blahin Bogue's name's obviously on the list of the top scorers. I think she's maybe in the top 15 or 16 in Ireland, which is brilliant the way that the football is marketed now and gathered. You know, you can be a junior footballer and get your recognition as well by featuring heavily on the scoring charts, and you know they've obviously all the different awards for the National League teams and All-Stars. So there's great opportunities for young people, for girls out there who do want to pursue their talent and ambition and push themselves, see how far they can go.
Well, at the end of the day, they're putting in the same work as a girl playing senior football, and they're putting in the same commitment and giving up those same opportunities that may be elsewhere for them to just represent their county and have that opportunity. So they deserve all the credit and all the recognition they have had, and Blahin Bogue will be one to watch this evening. A very solid player, and you would feel with that wind at her back she could be kicking points from the 45. We've seen that from her before, and it is a very strong wind blowing in from Loughney.
Yeah, significant breeze there, and as I say, just be interesting to see now the team, you know, tactically, the team who get it in the first half, whether they make hay with it. As you say, there's nothing to stop anybody shooting from 45 metres today.
So the referees have changed their tops as well because of Fermanagh coming out in the darker colours, so the referees had to go to the dressing room also to change their kit, and the lines people, so the referee all the way from County Mayo is Ger Canny, which is quite a travel. Eilish, we haven't as far to come.
Quite a travel and great preparation from the referees that they had their change kit with them. And it's interesting watching the Derry goalkeeper, actually, Oren Lynch, in the men's football. I always find it hard to believe that, you know, he can wear a black kit. He's not the only goalkeeper, along with the referees, because so much of play now for the men's game, trying to take a kick out, surely you're seeing two black figures in the distance and trying to work out who's who. So I think it's great credit to the referees. They had their change kit with them as well.
Yeah, it is. I never even thought of that, because so many of the goalkeepers now is in the blacker kit.
Yeah, and particularly when the goalkeepers are able to come out and press play, you're trying to work out, can a goalkeeper from 60 metres away decipher, is that the referee or is that the goalie in the other team? So I'm always surprised that they don't have a change kit for the referees in the men's football. So we'll not miss these officials today in their lime green.
Definitely not. They'll stand out. So Blahin Bogue has gone to the centre of the park for Fermanagh as we get this one underway, and the referee does exactly that. It's 7 minutes after 5 o'clock. He gets it underway, and Derry in possession, but Fermanagh quickly in there. And the midfielder it was that got in there ahead of her, and that was Brenda Bannon. So Derry have won it back though, and they'll be looking to start brightly. Playing into a very strong wind in this first half though is Derry. But they're coming forward here now at the corner forward. Niamh Hannon. Hannon plays it back to the Orla McGill. Good ball in from McGill. Opportunity here for Derry, and it's over the top, and maybe a chance here for Crozier playing on their home pitch, but it's a good stop there from Roisin Gleeson out quickly to block it off, but that was a good move from Derry. But Fermanagh looking to get it back, but Derry, Annie Neil-Loughlin has time to pick this one up, has got support with her from Hannon again, who was involved in that move for Derry. We'll get a word from Eilish in a moment on that move from Derry. Nuala Brown made a good run in the inside forward line, but it wasn't spotted by Hannon. She's just waiting on Fermanagh to kind of push out on her. Just looking to see Blahin Bogue seems to have gone to centre half forward, or into the forward line already, but she's playing on the 45 at the moment. But here comes Derry again, but they just lost possession momentarily, but Annie Neil-Loughlin gets it back again. Here's an opportunity now for Anna Martin. Anna Martin with the effort, but that one tails out on wide. But that was a good move for Derry. created the goal chance, Eilish, but a good save from Roisin Gleeson.
Yeah, very positive, and just a wee slip there from Shannon McQuaid at the start to give that possession away. I think a misunderstanding between her and her teammate, but great save from the goalkeeper, and also a super kick out here to get this play restarted.
Yep, Fermanagh coming up the far side with Bannon. Bannon, toe to hand, coming forward, has a strong wind, so you'd be expecting her to drop it in, and she does exactly that there, and it's a dangerous one, but it's well read by the Derry defence. And it's Joanne Corr coming out in foot now for the Derry girls, and her home patch as well. Quite a few of the Ballymacguigan girls, a very good side, doing a lot of work at ladies football level is Ballymacguigan, and a very good ground indeed here as well. And coming forward here is Anna Martin, flicks it inside to Joanne Corr, the team captain. Corr going across field, has got support, but Corr sidesteps the challenge, but the pass wasn't the best, but it's gathered up there, and Derry hold on to it, but they've given it away, but the referee says there was a little tug on the Derry girl there. So Derry have the free, and Orla McGill looking to take it, and gives it right back here now to the number 12, Dervla Steenson. Steenson coming forward, running at the Fermanagh defence, but it decides not to, gives it back out again here to Anna Martin. Martin, good little flick inside, maybe an opportunity here for McGill. McGill tries to come inside the post, but out and wide, and it will be difficult for them against that strong wind. It's the second wide for Derry, but it's a positive start from Derry.
Yeah, very positive. They're able to retain the ball very well there, and I suppose Fermanagh, that last play they did go for the long raking ball, and the Derry fullback was up to the measure of it and was able to make a good catch and play it out. So a good start from Derry.
Here's Annie Crozier coming forward now for Derry. Little tug back, and a referee says no. Out now to Kate Hargan. Hargan's effort coming in. Has it got the legs? Yes, it has.
Score.
Kate Hargan with the point. Good score for Derry, and the least they deserved was a score out of their attacks. Orla McGill winning the kick out from Roisin Gleeson there, and a good move and a good score for Derry against this strong wind. As I say that, it seems to have settled a little bit. Well, the flag's along the ground anyway.
Yeah, I was just noting that because the national flag and the county flags are flying. They're still blowing well, but down on the sideline here it seems to have died off on us. So I think with the Loch Shore you'll see a change in wind.
Orla McGill turns that one over again. Fermanagh just a little bit untidy at the moment, and it's Derry that have started the brighter. And the lead by a point to no score. Orla McGill in possession again. Very comfortable player. Plays it across the field for Joanne Corr to come on to. Back out to McGill again. McGill coming forward, drops it over the top, but there might be too much on that one. And the Fermanagh gear just waits for Shannon McQuaid. Flicks it away from danger and gathers possession back. The team captain flicks it out to this side here now. And Fermanagh building from the back. And there's a chance here now for Bannon to come forward for Fermanagh. Looks to get support. Coming off her shoulder there was the girl Lisa Maguire, who was involved in the early build-up. There's a good move from Fermanagh. Might be a goal chance here, but they elected to take the point, and the point is scored there. And we were told she wasn't playing, was Niamh McManus, but the number 12 has popped that one over the bar.
That was a super score there from Fermanagh, right from Shannon McQuaid's intervention here at the very back. So very direct up the field, hard running. Blahin Bogue obviously was on her shoulder the whole way, but she didn't need her. She had the confidence to stick it over the bar.
So sideline ball taken by Bogue. Back out here to Maguire again, Lisa Maguire. Lisa Maguire runs into traffic though and has to turn back again. Gets the support from Brenda Bannon. Bannon running at the front Derry defence. I think it was an accidental, but her ankle was clipped there, but there was no intention in it. It was an accidental clip, but it will be a sore one, Eilish.
It'll be a sore one and a concern for both Brenda and for the management team, obviously, with an All-Ireland semi-final in 2 weeks as well. So you not want to see any player. Well, nobody will want to pick up an injury today for either team, but definitely not when you have a big game coming in 2 weeks. So hopefully it's just studs, a superficial injury, and nothing more than that.
It'll be a tester here now for Blahin Bogue with that strong wind at her back. You would expect her to pop this one over the bar directly in front of the post, just about 5 metres or so inside the 45-metre line. A chance for Bogue to put Fermanagh in front for the first time in the game. No, she's elected not to have a go. I'm surprised, Eilish, with that wind at her back.
I'm very, very surprised she didn't have a pop at that now, especially there.
She's going to have a pop from there.
From play. And she has
and she got it. I'm shocked that she didn't have to go for the free.
I think she made harder work of that than she needed to. I think she was well able within her range to pop that over. I know in many games 40 metres out might be a challenge, but with that breeze today and the scoring range she has, I think she should have went for it.
Especially when she popped that one over from the free, because it was a more difficult one. That was well taken in there. Derry have done well to get this out to this side here. And coming forward now is Ciara Scullion. Plays it inside. Scullion back again. Takes the return from Hannah Mullen. Scullion in possession. Flicks it out here to Crozier. Annie Crozier trying to take on. Seemed to get the jersey tested there. Referee playing the advantage out now to Annie Ní Loughlin. Ní Loughlin coming forward here. Bannon getting back at her, but Loughlin holds her off. Annie Ní Loughlin trying to take on Bannon again. Skips past her. This is good play from Annie Ní Loughlin across the front of the goal. Chance here for Nuala Brown, but it's blocked down by the Fermanagh defence, and they clear their danger. But Derry are finding a few gaps in that Fermanagh defence in the early stages. They've created a couple of goal chances, but they've been denied on both occasions. But they're finding the gaps there, Eilish.
Finding the gaps, sure, and it's one of those things the referee correctly had his arm up there to play advantage, and the players went on ahead, they got through. The thing is, sometimes you be exhausted after the physical challenge of trying to get through that, and you get no reward for it then. So I'm sure in hindsight now, Derry probably wish maybe we should have taken a free, look for a free, but obviously the advantage was there for them, and they didn't capitalise on it.
Blahin Bogue there for wide for Fermanagh. She was trying to play it into her teammate after making a good catch. Thomasina Cassidy way out to the far side, finds her player again in Orla McGill. McGill skips past the Fermanagh challenge, but they're getting back at her. But McGill holds possession, needs to get support now. Looks ahead of herself, plays the ball into the corner, looking for the run there of Nuala Brown. It's very close to the far sideline, but Nuala does well to win it. Nuala plays it inside again to the girl coming on, which was Kate Hargan. Hargan has it, lays it back out here again. An opportunity back to Brown again. Low dinky pass inside, a good one too. Opportunity maybe for Hargan. Tried to play it back there to Nuala Brown, but she was caught, and that's going to be a free in to Derry. But again, it's good play from Derry.
Yeah,
they're not like a side that is struggling. They're working hard for each other.
Great to see, and Nuala Brown's been very lively there the last few balls in there. She's mad looking at, so you know, when they found her into space, she's hard to handle. She's very jinky little player there, so plenty of speed about her.
So a chance here for Orla McGill to tie this game up, and Orla pops that one over the bar, so it's 2 points apiece. We look at the watch, tells me we've about 8 minutes gone in this opening half, so it's been a lively start from both sides for a game that I suppose the pressure's off both of them.
Yeah, it is. And Derry have a sweeper back here as well, so I'm assuming there's a Fermanagh sweeper back in here somewhere. I'm just trying to find who the spare person is. So interesting to see the way both teams set up here, with the breeze and against the breeze.
Blahin Bogue skips past the challenge there. Bogue coming through. She made a big goal on her mind here. Bogue, she's still going. Possibly took one too many steps. And from Derry, got the bodies around her, dispossessed her. And Hannah Mullen comes out of it for Derry. Plays it out here. Little nudge in the back there, but Ciara Scullion holds on to possession. Back to Hannah Mullen again. Out here now. And Derry holding possession. Blahin Donnelly skips in the challenge. Plays it back now to Ciara Scullion again. Scullion looks ahead of herself. Good pass forward there. And just flicked up into the Fermanagh girl, but Derry turned it over yet again. And they're getting in there. Hannah Martin out now to Orla McGill, who started very brightly here for Derry. Skips in past the challenge there of Shannon McQuaid and plays it over, but it was a poor ball into Annie Ní Loughlin, who felt she was pushed, but referee having none of it. And now Fermanagh come out of it, out of defence. And they play it forward here, but it's straight down the throat there of the Derry girl, who plays it up quickly up here now. And a chance for Anna Martin, who spreads it away over there to Nuala Brown, gathers possession and plays it forward. Looking for the run there of Annie Crozier, but it's well read by the Fermanagh defence, and the referee playing the advantage, but Fermanagh will not be worried about the advantage because they're moving their way forward already through the hands. And an opportunity, there's an extra player coming through the middle too if it's needed, and not extra player, but it might be a little bit too much on her, and it is indeed, and it's well read there. Ciara Scullion in the right place. Those 50-50 balls at the moment, they've been won by Derry.
They are, right? They're definitely very hungry there, and a total credit to them, because very easy to throw in the towel early whenever they come down with less players, you know, and maybe a few missing. But they're responding well here, and they're full of running. See, everywhere you look, they seem to have an extra player looking for a pass all the time.
There is. It's pretty good so far from Derry. Hannah Mullen lays it off to Anna Martin, looking to get involved as well as Martin. At every opportunity, lays it out the back door to Hannah Mullen again, but she's been crowded out very close to the sideline. But looked like she was pushed over the sideline. Referee says yes, she was. And Fermanagh will be disappointed with that one, because she was in no man's land, and it was kind of silly putting hands on the back.
Yeah, definitely. The sideline was your third defender. They didn't need to do that. I think the play, she was sort of stuck where she was. All they need to do was stay disciplined and stay off. But I guess a wee bit of frustration for Fermanagh. They're maybe a wee bit shocked here about the play that Derry are bringing to the game.
Yeah, there's a good ball in there. Well taken by Annie Nealochlin. Nealochlin needs to get support though, and coming out round the back is Anna Martin. Turns away from the challenge of two Fermanagh players. Finds herself a little bit of space to play it out here now to Hannah Mullen. Low dinky pass forward to Annie Crozier. Crozier bends her back, gathers possession. Quick offload looking for Orla McGill, but it didn't go to McGill. But in fairness to Annie Crozier, she got back there to win the ball again. And they're looking like they're more hungry to Derry. I know Fermanagh are into the semi-finals. Derry have nothing to play for, but Derry, you would feel they were still fighting for a place because they're hungry for possession. They're trying to finish the year on a high note.
Yeah, the Fermanagh management will be a little bit concerned at the Fermanagh performance here in the first 10 minutes. I know, albeit it's early, but they would, they'd be liking to see their girls be a wee bit more fluid in the ball, and I suppose closing down that wee bit of space. And we have a big grey cloud coming over the top of us, so I'm just interested to see, does the sky empty on us?
I think it is, but thankfully we're in a little lorry here. It'll not hopefully bother us too much. Well taken there by Blahin Bogue. Quick turn from Bogue. That'd be a super point. It is from Blahin Bogue. That's the Blahin Bogue we know.
Yeah, and look, when you're in the Fermanagh team here, and you know things maybe aren't going great at one side of the pitch, that is one thing they do have. They have an outlet, a high ball like that, and Blahin Bogue. What a catch and score!
12 minutes gone. 3 points to 2 in favour of Fermanagh, and that's well caught in the centre of the field there. And Fermanagh come forward yet again. Haven't really got going as of yet, but now they've hit 2 in a row. Lisa Maguire with the latest one, and suddenly it's a 2-point game in favour of Fermanagh. Lisa Maguire with that point immediately on top of the other one as the rain begins to fall here in Ballymcguigan, and that really dark black cloud we see covering over Thomasina, but Derry girl just waited for it there, and that gives the Fermanagh opportunity. And in like a shot was Brenda Bannon coming forward here for Fermanagh. Has to come out the back door to Lisa Maguire. Good pass from Maguire, spotted the player on mark, but in fairness to Derry, they got over there quickly to turn it over, and they're coming out of defence now, and that was Kate Hargan. Lays it off to the far side now to Joanne Core in now to Anna Martin again, and the rain begins to come heavy down here now in Ballymcguigan on top of these players as Derry pass the ball through the hands. Ciara Scullion in possession for Derry, spreads it away over. She spotted Kate Hargan in space, and she now blew the elements blowing into her face, and she has been fouled. But she drops the ball in there, but it's a wasted possession from Derry, and they give it away. And there's a ball away out into space as the wind catches that and pulls it away over towards the far sideline. And Fermanagh holding possession with the rain beating into their backs. Now as the light fades here in Ballymcguigan, and the ball in here to Blahin Bogue. Bogue turns inside the challenge, gets away from it onto the left foot this occasion. It doesn't matter if it's the right or the left, she can pop them over.
What a score, just outstanding again. And I suppose Derry there had a good wee build-up play. This Fermanagh sweeper was in possession, they just didn't have anybody to pop the ball into, ended up giving it away. And sure, Fermanagh, they've just been fairly incisive coming down the pitch, but great score from Bogue.
And here's Bogue again, but this time it's out and wide of the target. She'll be disappointed with that one, but it's 5 points to 2 in favour of Fermanagh. When the Derry the scoreboard down to our left tells us it's 5-2 in favour of Derry, but it's 5-2 in favour of Fermanagh. And Derry have possession, and running onto this one a little bit of space is Ciara Scullion. Scullion has it coming forward here. There's no Fermanagh girl near her at the moment. She has options with her, but she's still going, and why not? Because there's nobody coming to meet her, and then she does, but she plays it out the back door, looking for Annie Nealochlin, but skipping in there to take the ball away was the number 7 for Fermanagh, and that was Sarah McCarville in the right place at the right time as the wind pulls that one out over the far sideline. And Ciara Scullion, I think she had too much time, too much space in front of her, and then she just kind of got bottled up quickly.
I think we could all tell looking at her there in that move that she didn't actually want to take it on and shoot herself. She was hoping for a runner to come, and that made the defender's job so much easier. She wasn't able to convince her that she was going to go through, so the defender was able to sit off her for a while. But good defensive play from Fermanagh again.
So Derry come forward again. They'll be looking to get a score quickly to stay in contention here as we just go into the second quarter. 5 points to 2 in favour of Fermanagh, and that is Derry becoming a little bit wasteful in the last couple of minutes. And that's a good ball out here now to Lisa Maguire. Maguire has it for Fermanagh, driving forward, plays it out to the far side, skipping inside the challenge, and Fermanagh beginning to just motor a little bit. And the ball in, looking for Bogue again. It's over the head of Bogue, but she turns and gets onto it in the speed of Bogue, and she's cutting inside, flicks it across, looking for the goal. That's wonderful play from Blahin Bogue yet again. And the player coming in at the far post has the easy task of palming the ball into the net, and I think it was Lisa Maguire that was in there. She was involved in the move out here, Ailish, and she was at the back post to finish it.
Yeah, super move, and I was just watching the movement on that build-up play as the ball was coming up to midfield. We had Blahin Bogue, and I think, is it Laura Grew that's wearing the number 28?
Yeah.
Both sitting right beside each other in the full forward line, and the sweeper a good 10-15 yards in front of them, so making life really difficult for Derry, making them think. But a great finish there, great awareness from Bogue to pass that across as well.
Here come Derry, the rain really pelting down here now in Ballymacguigan. Annie Neil-Loughlin in possession, lays it back out here to Anna Martin. Derry, who had started very brightly but have been just a little bit wasteful in possession this last while. Pass is not going to hand, but it has on this occasion to Annie Crozier. Back out again to Martin. Angle very tight from Martin, but she's having a go. It's a very good one too. Comes off the crossbar and over the bar. Very good score from Anna Martin.
Excellent score, and you would have thought probably at that point when they dropped the ball that they'd maybe lost their opportunity, but outside of the boot she was able to swing it over, so great kick, and she'll give her teammates great confidence that if they get her the ball she can do business.
Reduces the deficit ever so slightly, 1-5 to 3 points in favour of the Ironsiders. And the low short kick out to Molly Malone, and Fermanagh come forward, beaten in the last year's All-Ireland final to Antrim after a replay. Felt probably they could have done it the first day against them in Croke Park, but the second day in Armagh, Antrim were far the better side. But here come Fermanagh looking to build. They're already safely into the semi-finals. As I said before, they will be facing Limerick in 2 weeks' time. They've won their 2 games to date in the group against London and against Carlow. And they're in possession here, looking to finish the group with a further win. As they come forward, Brenda Bannon skipping forward. Blahin Bogue pulls away onto the left foot again from Bogue. Has she cut inside the post? No, it's just on the wrong side and wide of the target.
I was unlucky there, and again Bogue showing no fear of shooting on either foot, which is a great skill to see, and for any of our young players watching today to certainly be out kicking off both feet all of the time. Make yourself as unpredictable as you can be.
Coming forward yet again, Niamh McManus coming here. McManus with the effort, and that's her second point of the day. Niamh McManus with the point to extend the lead out to a 6-point game again. 1-6 to 3 points. And hopefully that rain, not sure, will pass pretty quickly. And the short kick out is a dangerous one, and it's picked up here, and Fermanagh might be in for another goal. Blahin Bogue in against Thomasina Cassidy, sidesteps the challenge at Cassidy, and Blahin Bogue takes the ball from Danielle Maguire and fires in Fermanagh's second goal.
And certainly James Daly, they'll be much more pleased with the last sort of 10 minutes of play, and the Derry goalkeepers having a wee bit of difficulty now trying to get the ball out. Clearly she's against a very strong wind, but Fermanagh also coming up, their sweeper brought up for any of these kickouts as well to try and put the full press on.
Coming up on 20 minutes gone, and Fermanagh beginning to take control here as they come forward from an acute angle over on the far side. Goes to ground, referee says to play on. It was Lisa Grew that looked like she was fouled over there. Back out again. Fermanagh, one way is blocked, they'll come back out and spreading the ball through the hands, gaining more confidence now. And Brenda Bannon out now to Lisa Maguire, who had the easy task for the first goal. The referee says over carrying. Not sure really.
I thought that was harsh now, to be honest. I thought that was very sharp on it, but look, the referee's down closer than we are, but certainly he was shrewd enough on it. Oh,
the kick out from Thomasina out over the sideline, so it's going to be a sideline ball to Fermanagh. The rain just easy enough, and hopefully it will clear pretty quickly as Fermanagh gain possession yet again. Courtney Murphy into the centre to Molly Malone, last year's captain, and Molly flicks it over to the far side for the run there coming forward of Sarah McCarville. McCarville's going to have a go, but McCarville's effort just to the wrong side of the post and out and wide.
No, unlucky, and great to see players coming forward like that from the half-back line and still prepared to take a poke. It wasn't far away, and again she'll learn a wee bit of feedback from that. She'll be able to get her shot on target if she gets up that length again. Ciara
Scullion under pressure there, but she does very well to win it from that kick out. Scullion had the strength to hold off the Fermanagh player. Gather possession forward now here to Anna Martin again. Martin looks ahead of herself, flicks it over the top. That's a good pass, an opportunity here Nuala Brown comes out to gather possession. Brown turns quickly, but it's well blocked down, but they still hold possession. Annie Neil-Loughlin tries to go between two Fermanagh players, and she's pulled back, so it's going to be a free in to Derry, and an opportunity for their 4th point of the evening, and a chance to narrow the deficit ever so slightly. And coming forward is Orla McGill to take this one for the Derry girls. And Orla with the opportunity from the county champions, of course, Steelstown. Orla, I do believe, is across the water, so hasn't been available for them all year. Has popped that one over the bar.
And a great little dink ball that led to the free there from Anna Martin that went in over the back of the Fermanagh defence, just caught them. So it's nice to see a bit of creativity on display too from players like that.
That was good movement there from Fermanagh for that kick out. And the ball forward here. And again, Bannon is there to gather possession, but over carried, and I think the referee was right on that occasion.
Yeah, and we had our two full forwards clamped together there again in the space, but both mad looking a long ball in there. So Blahin Bogue obviously mad looking for the ball, knows that she's got a few scores, she wants a few more, and her compadre in there, number 15, number 28 actually, is staying right on her shoulder. So they're making life very difficult in there for the Derry full back line.
Derry trying to come forward, the rain coming down still here in Ballymacguigan. Limerick probably tuned in to watch this game because they'll be playing Fermanagh, and an opportunity for them is a race for possession here. Annie Neil-Loughlin just holding off Molly McLone there. Back out now to Anna Martin. Anna Martin inside here, an opportunity here for Niamh Hannon. Back out again to Martin. Martin popped one over from around that same area a little while ago, but she's crowded out on this occasion. Looks for the run there of Hannon over the top. Hannon does exactly that, but Roisin Gleeson's quickly off her line there, but flicks it out here and straight out to Annie Neil-Loughlin. That looked like it was into the back. Referee says yes, it was. And the goalkeeper, I'm sure, James Daly, will not be happy with seeing Roisin do that there.
No, a wee mistake there too, and I said the conditions are most definitely very challenging for everybody here today. Derry will be taking great heart from their start here to the game. Obviously they're losing, but still they're getting up. They're getting little gaps in that Derry defence, Fermanagh defence, and they're threatening with a few scores here on the scoreboard. So. As we say, James Daly will not be happy with a few wee mistakes that Fermanagh have made, but you know, nobody plays a perfect game all of the time.
23 minutes on the clock. 2-6 to 5 points. The
Super
goals separating the sides at the moment. Lisa Maguire with the first one. Blahin Bogue, who was the creator for the first one, was the finisher for the second one, and she's in possession at the moment. Tackled well in there though, but Bogue gathers possession again. A handful is Blahin Bogue. That's the effort in. That's going to be a dangerous one, but it's well read there by Thomasina Cassidy, because it was a dangerous one. It was dropping right at her feet, but she's given possession straight to the Fermanagh girl, but Thomasina makes up for it. An opportunity. I don't think she saw the Fermanagh girl, but Fermanagh still have possession here. They're coming forward. Effort comes in, but it's a disappointing one. Out and wide of the target. Just rushed her clearance and went straight to the Fermanagh girl.
I myself am finding the light's actually very low here, so I don't know whether it's just the cloud that maybe she's missed seeing the darker jersey, but I know certainly Roisin Gleeson on this side made the little mistake, but she picked out a fantastic kick out just 20 seconds later. So for any player to make a mistake in the game and to be able to get straight back into it, you know, switch their head on, it's brilliant.
Orla McGill did enough there to get it back to the goalkeeper. As Derry hold possession, they were under pressure there. Coming forward is Niamh Hannon. Hannon plays it inside, but the ball is knocked away there from the Derry girl, which was Blahin Donnelly. And Fermanagh have it back yet again. And Aoife McCabe, delivery in, goes straight to Kate Hargan. Hargan takes the return, still has possession, plays it out to the far side. Aoife McCabe thought she made it nipped in, but Orla McCluskey was having none of it. Now to Anna Martin, spreads it away over here to Annie Crozier, slips through the hands of Crozier though, but waiting for that loose ball was the number 12, Dervla Steenson, and the ball in there. Nuala Brown will not thank her for that one, but Nuala does very well, and the referee gives a little nudge on the back. And you know what, Nuala Brown's making some fantastic runs. We spot them off the ball, and there's a few times that have went into her and she's won them. She's going to have a go at this herself.
She's certainly been full of life there, and again, it wasn't the greatest ball to put into a small forward, but I mean, she got herself in front of her player.
This one drops down, and Gleeson does very well. Annie Neil-Loughlin was looking for the dirty ball, as they say, the loose ball, but in fairness to Roisin, she was quickly out of it, and the rain really pelting down here now in Ballymacguigan, and hopefully this maybe will be the last of that heavy rain, but that's a good ball over the top. Picked up now by Grew. Grew's running in here, drops the ball though. It is slippy conditions now, it's not good. Dangerous ball and comes back off the post, and waiting for it is the full back, Blaheen Donnelly, who comes out for Derry. Let off for the Derry girls. Back to Thomasina Cassidy again. Blaheen Bogue's going to put her under severe pressure though, but they work their way out here, do Derry, but still Fermanagh put on that press, but out now to Orla McCluskey. McCluskey spreads it over to this side here. Spotted Annie Crozier. Crozier has it down in front of us, but conditions really terrible at the moment to play any sort of football at all. The girls is doing pretty well, it must be said. They're getting on with the task. Orla McGill coming forward now for the Derry girls again. Over the top, spotted the run coming in from the far side from Steenson. Back to McGill again. McGill steadies herself, drops it in, lands on the top of the net. That's a super score and a super point.
Absolutely brilliant score, and you've referenced conditions there, Alan. It is horrendous for any player to try and run up and down this pitch here. Their handling obviously is challenged, their footwork's challenged, but to credit to the girls, they've worked really hard, and that was a super point from the wing.
So coming up on half time, last couple of minutes, Derry have responded well to the setback of the 2 goals, but they're doing pretty well as the rain just eases off ever so slightly. Fermanagh coming forward yet again on the far side, coming driving forward, and a chance here now for Maguire. Maguire plays it inside, and coming from the back is Sarah McCarville. McCarville's way is blocked though, has to give it back out here, and that one's dropped in, but Hannah Mullen was right behind it for Derry as the ball just skips away from her, but in fairness to Mullen, she done very well and wins herself a free out, and that is what you would call guts, determination, and it was going to be her ball and nobody else's.
Oh, you could see she was devastated there nearly when the ball hit the ground, and it just took that wee skate away from her, but she worked her socks off to get the ball back, so she's won her free. She deserves a wee time of a rest here. She'll get herself back up again, and she'll know the next time maybe the bounce isn't the option today.
2-6 to 6 points, the 2 goals between the sides. Probably a little bit harsh on the Derry performance that they are 6 points down, Eilish, because they have done pretty well.
They had a great first 10 minutes, and they've certainly been playing well the last 5 minutes, but that little spell in between where Fermanagh just got on top of them, they got pressed their kick out, got those few goals in there. But again, Derry will be very pleased going into half time. I think you don't want them, you're not happy losing, but they'll be pleased with their performance. They'll be pleased that they've got up and challenged them on the scoreboard here as well. So, and look, the very first attack they had was a goal, a chance that Russian Gleeson saved. So the scoreboard could be much closer.
Annie Loughlin just lost her footing there as Derry tried to come forward, and you can just see players bouncing the ball. It's just skidding away from them, and here's a chance here now for Fermanagh coming through the centre as Aisling O'Brien. O'Brien plays it out there, but again Derry trying to get in for the loose ball, and the referee says it's a free out. I'm not sure what the ref saw there, but Derry get on with it quickly, out to Steenson. Steenson has it, Dervla flicks it out here now to Annie Crozier. Crozier sidesteps the challenge, and Lisa Maguire plays a good ball into Orla McGill. Quick hands from McGill now to Anna Martin. Anna Martin, a good little pass in there to Annie Crozier, but again the conditions not helping Crozier, but she done very well. Referee, let's play continues. There is a Fermanagh girl down as both players went for that ball, and Derry will have possession, but there'll be treatment first for the Fermanagh girl.
Yeah, I sort of thought myself looking at that was maybe a foot in there, that maybe it should have been a Fermanagh free, but obviously the referee's a lot closer than we are. So hopefully this player is not too bad. Hopefully she's all right. Again, Derry very content against the breeze to be going in with the score like this at the minute, and Fermanagh, I think that last couple of frees they've maybe lost out here. Maybe the opportunity to kick the ball was there that wee bit sooner and they didn't take it, and they've got punished for it.
Niamh McManus is back on her feet for Fermanagh, and the referee just, I think, is fixing the gloves there for the Fermanagh gear. So it's going to be play resume with Derry in possession. In now to Orla McGill, just well to hold possession. Anna Martin, but that's a poor pass from Martin. And Lisa Maguire is covering a lot of ground, is back there to help out. Niamh McManus is under pressure though, but they work their way out, and now it's a chance. Shannon McQuaid gives it to Molly Madlone. Madlone forward now to Bannon. Bannon turns away from the Derry attack, back to Madlone again, sidesteps the challenge over the top now. An opportunity here for McCabe. Aoife McCabe back again to Shannon McQuaid. McQuaid runs forward, spotted the unmarked player inside, and an opportunity here now for Fermanagh. Lisa Maguire, or not Lisa Maguire on this occasion, it's the centre half forward, and that there is Sarah Britton. Britton to Bogue sidesteps the challenge. A dangerous one comes off the hands of the goalkeeper. The referee's whistle has sounded. He's going back for the free. He was playing the advantage, and it's going to be a free in to Fermanagh as the rain gets heavy again. We think it's clearing up, Ailish, and the next minute you hear the pelt of it off the roof again.
Yeah, I hope both sets of teams here, I hope they have a dry set of jerseys to be able to put on themselves, you know, at half time. It's very, very difficult conditions, and to come back out into that, you know, it doesn't look like it's going to clear at all, but you can see the foot there.
Yeah,
just
but
totally
Paul
slipped.
could end up on the net yet here because it's conditions really treacherous for both sides. And you can see there when Blaheen was taking that free, she completely lost her footing, and then it slipped through the hands of a Derry player back on the line, but Derry managed to clear it out. Joanne Court over now to Kate Harrigan. Harrigan's gobbled up over on the far side, legally so, says the referee, who's playing the advantage, but that's not the best of balls in there for a forward. But Derry girl does very well indeed to gather possession. Chance now for Orla McCluskey over the top, looking for the run again inside of Nuala Brown. Rush right into the corner. Brown wins the battle. The Moneymore girl has possession, needs to get support, gets it from Anna Martin. Anna Martin has it. Derry looking to finish the half with a score. And coming round the outside again is Nuala Brown. Nuala Brown toe to hand maybe wasn't the best option to do, and it gave a chance there for the Fermanagh girl to get the hand in. The referee says enough is enough for half time. It's okay playing in it in those conditions, but then when you have to stop and go back out to it, Ailish,
yeah, really difficult. And I suppose that last Derry attack, Fermanagh would have been happy enough. They were stuck out in the corner. The chances of them getting a score were probably very slim. Not, but we saw one or two good points from out that wing in the first half. But a really good first half performance from Derry there. Fermanagh probably a wee bit more disappointed, albeit they're still ahead by 6 points. So the 2 goals obviously well worked, and they'll be pleased with that.
Yep, the goals from Lisa Maguire and Blaheen Bogue separates the sides at half time here in Ballymcguigan. It's half time. It's Fermanagh 2-6, Derry 6 points.
What can happen in just 1 second? Winning goal, winning save, perfect tackle, clever flick, good call from the ref, great shout from the line. The county title, after 30 years, a long wait over, in just 1 second. It's a game of seconds. Glorious seconds. Genius in split seconds. By great players. Just 1 second. The difference between a good decision and a bad one. A lost temper, frustrated shout, that gut reaction. We've all done it, and we're never proud. But we can do better. We all can. Sideline, dressing room, meeting room, all places of passion where split-second decisions are made. Good ones, bad ones, some days not so calm ones. It's instinct, we know, because we love it. We just don't think. But we have to. Of others, of our players, of our game. Think before we act.
Take a second, catch your breath. Collect yourself, don't regret. Take a second to make the right call for ladies Gaelic football.
Welcome back to Ballymcguigan. Both teams back in the field, and as you will see, Fermanagh have changed into their ordinary green kit. Good job they had the change of jerseys. I'm sure Derry would have hoped to have a change of kit as well. But the second half underway here. Exactly 6 o'clock. So the evening, and Orla McGill wins that one for Derry. And we're looking now with the wind, and there's a long ball in here. Chance here for Annie Neil Loughlin. Neil Loughlin with the opportunity. That's wonderful defending, but Neil Loughlin still has it. And Fermanagh clear their lines. And just like we had at the start of the game, Derry have created a goal chance, but again they've been denied by Fermanagh. It was a long ball in from McGill. It was a pinpoint pass to Neil Loughlin, but Fermanagh quickly closed her off, Eilish.
Yeah, and certainly it should have been a free in there, in my opinion. I think the player was definitely fouled. I mean, she had a great catch there. And again, it just shows Derry probably will try to capitalise on this win, where we probably didn't see Fermanagh using it as much as maybe they could have done. Yeah,
well, I can tell you, during half time, we had thunder and lightning, and really bad thunder, to be honest, and very, very heavy rain again during half time. But thankfully now it has brightened up and cleared up, and hopefully that is the end of the rain and the end of the thunder and lightning for this afternoon.
And for the players there, just had to be saturated to see. Obviously Fermanagh have the benefit of being able to have a change strip with them, and the Derry girls were just saturated, and they're still playing in wet jerseys. So, but they'll soon warm up. There's a lot bright. It's like a new day here.
It is indeed. The ball in here, but it's into the waiting arms there of the Fermanagh gear, who clears her lines. Emer Keenan it was that gathered possession. Fermanagh leading 2-6 to 6 points. It was an entertaining opening half. Lisa Maguire scored the opening goal, palmed the loose ball, or the ball in. That was played across from Blahin Bogue, and it was Bogue, the Tempo gear, that scored their second goal. It's Bogue in possession at the moment for Fermanagh, who are into the semi-finals already, where they will face Limerick, who were defeated earlier on this afternoon in the top of the table clash against Down. Down claiming the top place in that group. Fermanagh's ball in there, but race for possession, beats everybody. Is it beating everybody? Yes, it has. It's going to go out, trickle out and wide of the target. So a kick out here for Thomasina Cassidy for Derry.
So it'll be interesting to see if Derry now can win this ball in midfield and launch a few more into their full forward there. She had a great take in that last one, so they'll want to be able to try to threaten on the scoreboard in the first 10 minutes to try to get themselves back into this game.
Thomasina got a lot of distance on that one, but nearly too much distance for the Derry girls, and over all their heads, and Fermanagh cleared up the loose ball at the back. Coming forward here is Danielle Maguire. Maguire's ball in there, but it's well read by Hannah Mullen for Derry. And Hannah has possession, flicks it back, but it's not the best of balls, but it does find Orla McGill. McGill comes forward here for Derry, but the ball just knocked away from McGill and picked up there by Danielle Maguire, who goes down. But Derry quickly in, but the referee says it was a throw ball from Danielle. It's going to be a free to Derry. So free to Derry. And the ball in, and it's a good ball too. Little tug on the jersey there. And the referee says it was a push he's given it for. And racing after it was Derbla Steenson. Steenson fouled over on the far side, and an opportunity here for Orla McGill, the Steelstown girl, to come forward with a fancy little flick up to herself there to gain possession. And the linesperson just saying where this free will be taken from. So a chance here for McGill. McGill, not ideal for a right-footed kicker, but that's a superb kick. You'd have been proud of that one.
Oh, I wouldn't have got that. A lovely kicking style, as I say, very difficult. Probably 2 or 3 metres maybe in from the sideline, off her wrong side. But lovely kicking style there, great follow through, and there was never any doubt. Just popped over the goalie's head, no problem, over the crossbar.
So it's a 5-point game. Derry with the first score of the second half, 4 minutes into it. Fermanagh come forward over on the far side, in possession. Taking a while to get used to these jerseys again. It's the ones we expected at the start, Eilish. But then they come out in the dark grey ones now. It's taking a wee while to get used to them again in these jerseys. But a chance here now for McCarville. McCarville flicks it forward. Opportunity here for Britain, but Britain's effort, Sarah Britton, goes to the wrong side, and that will go down as a wide for Fermanagh. Thomasina.
We have an injury here from a Fermanagh player. It might be Danielle Maguire.
Yeah,
she's
still down.
Taking a knock here on they look to be looking at her elbow or her shoulder here.
So it's been down a little while now, has Maguire. Joanne Court plays it forward for the good run again of Nuala Brown. Nuala Brown looks up, and that's over the top. A chance here, but it just spins away from her. And Roisin Gleeson has a chance to pick this one up and play it out here. Courtney Murphy in possession, plays it across the goal. But she has all the time in the day to clear her lines as Emer Keenan. As Courtney Murphy just comes over to help her out again. Plays it over here now to Shannon McQuaid. McQuaid further out here. And a chance for Britain, who had that wide just moments ago at the other end. Plays it to Manon. Good hands here from Fermanagh. Molly McLone inside. Now Sarah McCarville coming forward again. This is a good move from Fermanagh. Danielle Maguire back on her feet. Long ball forward, looking for the run there of Grew. Grew back out to Blahin Bogue. This would be a super point if it goes over, but it's gone to the wrong side and wide. But that was a wonderful team move the whole way up the field. Really.
Fantastic, lots of change of direction there with plenty of pace in that attack. And again, you might just find that Fermanagh are an easier team, maybe easier to play against the breeze when they're having to carry it that wee bit more. They struggled obviously to be able to utilise the long ball in the first half.
Molly McGlow runs onto that loose ball, plays it up here, and a chance for McManus in now to Grew. Grew's bearing in on goals, might be thinking of a goal here, turns away. She's obviously just got the right foot, but she's taken her point. Lisa.
Lovely
Laura,
score there.
Laura Grew.
Lovely score there. She just spun herself around the sixpence there. So again, as you say, the left foot shot, maybe she felt maybe it was blocked. I'm not sure maybe if she doesn't have her left foot, but she'd certainly got no issues with tipping it over the right anyway.
So Thomasina, they go long here again. She does so. They're under it. And it's Annie Crozier that gets a strong hand to her. Plays it forward. It's a race for possession over here. Steenson's going to win it, is she? No. She's two Fermanagh players, and the Fermanagh players. Courtney Murphy is the one that comes out of it. Now with Brenda Bannon. Flicks it forward. And the whole possession to Fermanagh again, building from the back. As Ailey said, maybe playing against the wind suits them better, although I think that heavy shower of rain we had has kind of killed the wind more than it was before it. Danielle Maguire again skips away from two Derry players. Plays it forward now to McCarville. Sarah McCarville coming forward. Fancies her chances, does McCarville. Dropping short though into the hands of Thomasina Cassidy. Thomasina comes soloing out of defence and spotted the movement of Annie Neil-Loughlin, but it couldn't get over the head there of the Fermanagh girl, which was Niamh McManus. McManus is crowded up, needs to get support. Flicks it back out here now to McLone. Molly McLone's effort coming in. It's a dangerous one. Goalkeeper palms it out, and helping her out is Hannah Martin. Good goalkeeping because she was under pressure, really.
Yeah, super. And again, her clearance probably wasn't the best. I think she was heading out in front of us here to pass her number 12, but just missed seeing the Fermanagh player in front of her, so she put herself under a wee bit of pressure unnecessarily.
But Derry have won it back. Annie Neil-Loughlin has been fouled. And Kate Harrigan is the girl that's going to take this free. Up looking for Anna Martin. Anna Martin just beaten to it on this occasion by Shannon McQuaid. Plays it into Molly McLone. McLone put under pressure there. Now to Danielle Maguire. Maguire onto the left foot. Dropping into the hands of Thomasina Cassidy. And she looks out here, but just got away from the Fermanagh girl. And there's two Derry players going for the one ball there, but it's Orla McCluskey that comes out with it. And she wins a free out for Derry. But Thomasina's heart must have a few beats there.
Yeah, she was lucky to get away with that one. And again, while the conditions have certainly improved, the ball's still very slippy out there, so you can still see the ball skating on the ground. And maybe, people's passing is just not as crisp as they'd like to be on a dry sod.
Ball up here looking for Nuala Brown, but she's beaten to it. And the referee plays the advantage. Courtney Murphy forward here now to McManus. McManus spreads it into the centre. Coming forward is the midfielder Aisling O'Brien. O'Brien toe to hand. Got pace as O'Brien. She skips away from the challenges here, but just as she done that, the ball skidded away from her, and the loose ball is picked up by the Derry defence. Out here now to Annie Neil-Loughlin. She's got Annie Crozier forward. Crozier gets a roar to move because Shannon McQuaid was coming for it, but Derry hold on to possession. Annie Neil-Loughlin coming forward here. Flicks it over the top into Anna Martin. Anna Martin looks ahead of herself. She spot the run of Crozier on the left. And Crozier drops it in here, but that's going to drop into the waiting arms of the Fermanagh defender. And Fermanagh clear the lines again through Bannon. Out now to McLone again. Molly McLone from Newtown Butler comes forward into space, looking for the run of Laura Grew. Bends her back, gathers possession, skips away from the challenge. There's Grew. Grew coming forward. Got a point already in the second half. Fermanagh's only score so far in the second period. We're now to Bogue. Bogue put under pressure, but it's across the front of the goals. And it's picked up there by Hannah Mullen, the Derry number 2. Gathers possession and flicks it out here into the waiting arms of Niamh Hannon. Hannon cuts inside the challenge, needs to get support. Has got support outside of here through Annie Crozier, but instead she spots the run of Orla McCluskey. McCluskey inside to Joanne Court. Now to Anna Martin, who's been very good for Derry. Spotted Ciara Scullion coming forward. Scullion into Nuala Brown. Back again to Anna Martin. Martin's going to have a go, but she gets that one all wrong. But they're not just firing on all cylinders in there, but I suppose it's going to be difficult in the second half for Derry. There's no fresh legs to come in.
Yeah, and that was quite a long passage of play for both teams. It was up and down the pitch with no real stoppages. So, been impressed with Anna Martin's movement around the pitch, and obviously she'll be very disappointed that she skied that one. But her creativity is very good. She's looking for the runners all the time. She's trying to bring other people into play. So, she's been an impressive performer for Derry today.
So it's Fermanagh that lead by the 2 goals in the opening half. 2-7. Lisa Maguire palming in a pass from Blahin Bogue, and Bogue herself helping her to the second goal. And here comes Shannon McQuaid now for Fermanagh. Good tackle though from Orla McGill. Unfortunately, she got the challenge in, but she also pushed the Fermanagh player just in the back as they went for the loose ball. So it's going to be a free in and a chance here for Blahin Bogue.
Again,
Tempo.
Shannon McQuaid's been influential here in the second half. She's nipped in and stole a few tackles there, got a few hands in. She's certainly aggressive, pressing on the ball. She's not waiting on the ball to come. So a good start to the second half for Shannon as well.
So Bogue with the effort and Bogue with the point for Fermanagh. And Blahin Bogue converts the free to extend the Fermanagh lead out 12 minutes into the second half. 2-8 to 7 points. Thomasina Cassidy out here. Annie Ní Loughlin goes after, gathers possession, close to the sideline, does well to stay in play. Was she pushed out? Referee says yes, she was pushed out. Molly McGlone doesn't agree. But it's tucked into the centre now to Orla McGill. McGill, cool, calm and collective in possession, spreads it over to the far side. Coming forward. Not the best to pass it, but Annie Ní Loughlin might make something of it. But no, Fermanagh are in for the loose ball, and it's Aisling O'Brien. Nuala O'Brien's making it awkward for her, and Annie Crozier's in for the loose ball. Inside now to Anna Martin. Anna Martin's effort's going to drop short into the hands of the goalkeeper though, who flicks it out here to Molly McGlone. Put under pressure by Kate Hargan, but she turns away from the challenge. Plays the 1-2 there with Keenan, and Fermanagh clear their lines. Courtney Murphy plays a good ball forward. And a chance now for Lisa Maguire to drive it into space, looking for the run of Laura Grew. Grew bends it back, gathers possession. Coming off it, the shoulder there was Sarah Britton, but a good challenge in from Orla McCluskey. Puts her under pressure. Back now to Brenda Bannon. Referee plays the advantage. Chance here though for Lisa Maguire, well blocked down. Referee still playing the advantage. Nothing occurs. It's going back for a free for Fermanagh. And a chance for Bogue, you would feel, to extend the Fermanagh advantage even further, but it's more open in the second half.
Yeah, definitely more open. Fermanagh had a couple of nice plays there, and a particularly nice ball up there to Laura Grew at corner forward. She won it obviously, and got the benefit of this free here. So it's nice to see Fermanagh. They're able to mix it up here now as well, even though the breeze has died down that bit, but they are able to carry. They're very effective coming at speed, but they're also able to kick as well. Plenty of good targets in here.
The Bogue sweetly taken free, pops it over. 2-9 to 7 points.
And there's certainly plenty of errors in the game today, but I mean, it's not for a want of trying in either part. The conditions just have played their part in this, where maybe the last little pass is just not going to hand, or a bounce just skating away. So, but a lot of commitment from both teams here anyway.
There is indeed, as Aisling Maguire has come in for Fermanagh. There's a change, as Blahin Bogue, not just a scorer, back as a defender as well, helping out in defence. But Nuala Brown does well to get it there to Kate Hargan. Back to Brown again. Brown going to have a go here. That's a beautiful score from Nuala Brown. Well worked score between herself and Kate Hargan, and she had the finish to go with it.
Yeah, again, another player that's been very impressive today. She's worked really hard. She's been all over the pitch there. And again, sometimes in a small player, the wet conditions don't necessarily suit. A lot of the ball going into her sometimes has been 50-50 somewhat, but she's managing to get herself about. She's winning all those dirty balls that come to her, and she showed good finesse to finish that one.
Aisling O'Brien fouled over there by Joanne Court. But here comes Sarah McQuaid. Now to Bogue again. Blahin Bogue plays it into the centre for Brenda Bannon. But she's given possession away and is picked up there by Ciara Scullion. Back out again. Derry have possession. Good ball over here to Anna Martin, who's been excellent, I think, for Derry.
Yeah, very good. And look, she's spraying the ball about. She's certainly got great vision, and it's great to see a player like that getting the opportunity to play at this level as well.
Almost certain. Anna playing on her home patch as well. Ballymacguigan gear. And that's a dangerous ball in, but it's well read in there by Emer Keenan again. But that's a good challenge in there. Looked like a push in the back. Referee says yes, it was. And Nuala Brown done very well. The free going to be taken quickly here, but is it too quickly? No, the referee's allowing it. And it's a goal for Derry. Quick thinking from Derry. And it's a goal for Dervla Steenson. Another girl playing on her home patch.
Oh, it was good
Sometimes
thinking.
referees don't allow them, but he let them go there.
Good thinking there. Nuala Brown obviously pickpocketed there and made the hard work, but you could see she threw the ball up. She could see the opportunity that rose right away. So, in fairness to the girl, she stuck it in the back of the net, and I suppose the goalie didn't have much chance. It was right in the corner.
2-9 to 1-8. 16 minutes gone in the second half. It's a 4-point game. Derry giving a very, very good account of themselves here. And that's another wonderful challenge in there, but it's broke kindly for Aisling O'Brien. And Bryan has paced the Bourne here. She's coming forward and still coming. Got the little arm tugged off her there, but the referee says to play on. Out now to Bogue. Blahin Bogue trying to take on the Derry defence. Outside her, here is Danielle Maguire. That's a sweet point from Maguire.
Lovely response there to that score, and again a good penetrating run right up through the centre to get Blahin Bogue on the ball, and then into Maguire there, who's showing no ill effects from that injury, thankfully.
No, that's the last thing Fermanagh want, because their season is going to continue in 2 weeks' time against Limerick. The rain's still coming down here, but not as heavy as it was. That was good play again from the goal scorer, Dervla Steenson. Steenson used her body to hold off the challenge, and referee says it's over carrying from Steenson. So it's a free out to Fermanagh, who lead by 2-10 to 1-8.
Yeah, unfortunately from Steenson, she just couldn't seem to get the ball away there. Nuala Brown had made a great run out to the side, but she just couldn't get herself turned quick enough to get the ball into her, and just got caught with that hesitation between who can I pass it to and will I shoot. So just a free out, right decision from the referee.
So Molly McLeod takes the free. Back to Fermanagh. I think it was Emer Keenan there. Now Shannon McQuaid, apologies, to Aisling Maguire, the substitute. Maguire has got McQuaid with her, which she uses. McQuaid going to be put under pressure there, but she gets the ball away out here to Danielle Maguire. Danielle skips past the challenge, but Joanne Corr getting back at her. Now back again to Aisling Maguire. Good hands here from Fermanagh. And coming forward now is Lisa. The ball in, looking for the run of Laura Group, but it falls there to the other player in the corner. I'm just waiting for her to turn around, but it's a well taken point. I'm not sure who it was that was in there, but it was good play from her.
That was a super score, and again just the bounce in that ball there just seemed to deceive the Derry defence. That was a great score.
Brenda Bannon with the point. So 2-11. Good response for the Derry goal. The last 2 points have come from Fermanagh. Kick out from Thomasina. Well taken by Annie Lee Loughlin. Deserves a free, surely. Annie Lee Loughlin done very well, got back on her feet and finally gets a free. That was great play from Annie Lee Loughlin.
Great play, but there's another example of a player who's now exhausted.
Yeah.
You know, that 5-6 seconds where the referee doesn't give you the actual free, it's exhausting when you try to work your way through, particularly when you're out here and there's no score on.
And again, she's worked like a Trojan in there, has Nuala Brown, because she's kind of playing as a single forward in there, but any ball that is win, she has won it. She's won themselves a free now.
And very tricky to mark. I'm not sure about her height. I presume she's about 5'1", 5'2" in there, but she's full of running. She's very, very difficult for the Fermanagh players to get a control
That's a
of.
super point. Super score from Orla McGill. We're right behind it here from the camera. That's a superb score. 2-11 to 1-9. Fermanagh lead.
Well, we certainly didn't see this scoreline at the start. We weren't foreseeing this, so it's a nice, tasty game. I say, and credit to Derry. You know, this is their last, obviously, of the season, but they've plenty to go on the future. I'll tell you, based on this performance.
Sometimes the dead rubber games can turn out to be entertaining enough, and this one is. Fermanagh, as we said, already safely into the semi-finals. Derry with nothing to play for, and only 15 players available to them this evening. As Blahin Bogue comes forward here. Bogue not happy with that one though, as it tails away out and wide of the target. So wide for Fermanagh. We're into the final 10 minutes here in Ballymacguigan. And the kick out here from Thomasina, but it's going to beat them all. And it's out over the sideline. It's going to be a sideline ball to Fermanagh. And Ashley Maguire is taking it quickly, but too quickly, because it was well read there by Orla McGill. Now to Anna Martin, but I think Derry, their legs are kind of gone at this stage, Eilish, because they've worked their socks off.
Yeah, this is where they need the passes to be totally pinpoint.
Superb challenge there from Annie Crozier.
They just need the passes to be totally pinpoint. That wee ball just a fraction ahead of Annie Martin, and she just couldn't get it. You know, she's ran the legs of herself, to be fair.
Coming forward is Lisa Maguire. Back out here. And this one from Bannon is dropping short, but Thomasina's there to gather possession for Derry as she clears her lines out here to Orla McGill. McGill for Derry. Waits for the run of the cloudy girl, which is Kate Hargan. McGill makes herself available inside for the run coming out there of the fullback Blahin Donnelly. From putting the pressure on Derry here, but Derry working the way out of defence. Niamh Hannon was back deep there. Kate Hargan taking on the Fermanagh players. Got a little tug back. Referee plays the advantage. Annie Neil-Loughlin. But looking inside, they've nobody in at the moment. There's a couple of Fermanagh players. That's a good ball over the top, looking for the run of Crozier, but Crozier was outnumbered, and Fermanagh come out with possession with Maguire. Plays the 1-2. Fresh legs for Fermanagh, and Ashley Maguire, of course, come on as the substitute. But 10 minutes ago or so. In possession now is Niamh McManus. To the far side. And inside now to Shannon McQuaid. 2-11 to 1-9, as you will see in your scoreboard. Aisling O'Brien fouled, says the referee from County Mayo, Ger Canny. It's going to be a free in to Fermanagh. And I wonder, is it in the range of Blahin Bug?
I would imagine she's going to have a pop at this again too. I think Ashley Maguire's had a good impact since she came in here at half time as well. Obviously she has the benefit of fresh legs and not having to play through that absolute storm, but she's had a good solid start to the game as well. Again, for any players that get in here now, they're putting their hand up to say think about me the next day.
Blahin's effort dropped short, picked up there by Ciara Scullion to Joanne Court, who spreads it into space. It's a race for possession here as Annie Crozier's going to win it. Annie bends her back, gathers possession. Annie still going, looks ahead of herself, it's dropping in, but as it goes over the hands, Nuala Brown is waiting for it there, she does so, turns, and is that gone over the bar? It has from Nuala Brown. Another good score. Nuala Brown with the point. Good ball in from Annie Crozier. It slipped through the hands of the Fermanagh girl, but Brown was there to punish it.
Yeah, and she's been cute in there as a forward. She's taken the risk there. I'll have her in behind because this ball just might not be as easy caught as you think, just with the conditions, you know. So, and a great finish from her, to be fair. She got a gift and she took it.
2 in a row for Derry, has it back to a 4-point game. We're inside the last 7 minutes here in the TG4 Junior Football Championship group stages, and coming through the centre here is Blahin Bog, but stood her ground was Orla McCluskey to cut that one out, and Derry have possession back again. Ball forward here, but it's going to fall kindly for Emer Keenan for Fermanagh, and now out to the far side to Courtney Murphy. Courtney into the corner, or into the middle there, and a chance for Danielle Maguire. Maguire turns, it could be in the back of the net. It is from Danielle Maguire. You could feel from it left her boot, it was heading to that far corner.
Yeah, and again another player who's had a big influence on today's game, and certainly that will give the Fermanagh management and sideline a good bit of comfort now get into the last few minutes, because Derry have been just threatening to close that gap even more from the 4 points. So Fermanagh will take that goal and run now.
So Fermanagh extend their lead to 3-11 to 110. Lisa Maguire to Danielle Maguire, who just scored that goal. A chance now for Niamh McManus. McManus back out again to Aisling O'Brien. Coming out the long way around was Blahin Bog. Fermanagh just trying to suck Derry out. 13 players behind the ball at the moment as they spread the ball over to Courtney Murphy. Centre half back coming forward here, flicks it inside here now to Danielle Maguire, holds off the challenge of Niamh Hannon. Fermanagh looking to create an opening, back out to Courtney Murphy again. Little dinky pass inside, but it falls kindly for Annie Neil-Loughlin, who gathers possession, waits to get support, and Derry try to clear their lines now. To Blahin Donnelly. Donnelly is fouled. Donnelly looking for movement And at the moment, there was none, but Annie Neil makes a little run into space, and she's got options. And one of those is Ciara Scullion, way over on the far side. Scullion coming forward here for Derry. Back out to Annie Neil from the Waddy Grahams and Mahara. Plays it into the centre to Orla McGill, making herself available. Coming forward for Derry. McGill trying to take them on. The angle's getting tight for McGill, but she's not afraid to have a go. It's dropping in. Drops through the hands of the goalkeeper, but the defender was there to help her out. I think it was Emer Keenan. That was there to help her out. Slippy conditions, ball dropping in like that, anything can happen.
Really difficult conditions, and that's the thing about it today. You know, the credit to both sets of players for their hard work, and they're looking sometimes for the little opportunities that might arise because of the slippy ball. Fermanagh obviously will be very glad that they've had a good, tough game that'll prepare them for a strong Limerick side in the next round. Derry will be happy that they've had a good performance and that they can something to build on for next year.
Derry defence again, winning that battle. Kate Harrigan comes out of it. Challenge there by Laura Grew. But Hargan holds off, and the Cloudy girl still in possession. Plays it into the centre there to Blahin Donnelly. Sidesteps one challenge and then the other. She's got Annie Crozier with her. She uses her and possibly should have used her, but the referee gives her a free let off there because Annie had made a good run and possibly Blahin should have used her. But Blahin wins the free and flays it over to the far side there, coming from deep. And the referee says another free. You can hear the roar of James Daly. He wasn't impressed.
No, not happy with that, and Derry just got away with that. They got away with a slack pass across there, and I suppose the decision just favoured them. Nobody's got a score from it, but James wants to win as well, like everybody else. You know, he's a perfectionist there, so I suppose the wee errors that they'll have seen on the play, you know, everybody makes mistakes out here, and certainly I'm not so sure that was a free, but
what? The referee?
He thought
decided it was. Yeah. Molly McGlone receives the kick out there from Roisin Gleeson up along the wing, but it's straight here to Joanne Court, the team captain. Court to Nuala Brown, to Kate Hargan. Hargan spreads it over to this side now. Chance here for Anna Martin. Martin has it, taking on the Fermanagh defence. Martin still has it. Has been excellent, has Martin. In now to Kate Hargan. Hargan's going to have a go. Has that one gone between the posts? Yes, it has.
A super score.
Kate Hargan from Claudy makes it a 2-goal game again. 3-11 to 1-11. In the dying moments, with about 2 minutes to go or so. I've enjoyed it. Yeah.
It's been very good, and again, Nuala Brown wasn't central to that wee score there as well, so she's very busy. She's definitely making the Derry forward line tick, and I suppose they've had the advantage of that wee bit of a breeze, even though it's gone now basically, but they've had that wee bit of an advantage in the second half to get the ball in long term, and she's making the most of every ball comes her direction.
Molly McGlone and Shannon McQuaid combine well there to come out with this one. And Shannon breaks away from the challenge, gives it now to Aisling Maguire. Maguire to Blahin Bogue. Bogue looks ahead of herself, and that's a sweet pass inside, but Niamh Hannon gets a strong hand up, but it breaks now to Laura Grew. An opportunity here for Britain. Britain with the effort, Britain with a point. Sarah Britain extends the lead out to a 7-point game.
Good scoring. You can just see Fermanagh just have that wee bit more class, and the likes of Blahin Bogue able to pick out Grew there for that nice ball in that opened up that chance.
The kick out here, a hand from, I think it's Shannon McQuaid. Can only deflect it out over the sideline. So sideline ball taken by Annie Crozier, but it's over the top there, and it might. Oh, that's well read there by Courtney Murphy. Murphy comes out of it for Fermanagh to Aisling O'Brien. Gallus possession. Quick offload again to Murphy. Spreads it over to the far side to Emer Quinn. Or not Emer Quinn, it's the number 12. Apologies, coming forward. Niamh McManus. McManus with the effort, but McManus's effort goes to the wrong side and wide as the referee takes a look at the watch there. I think we're having a change for Fermanagh on the far side. So Laura Grew is the player that is going off. And the player coming in, we will find out when she turns around, is the number 23. Of course, we have no match programs today, so we have to go to the program on the internet, and that will tell me it's Anya McCarney. It's the girl that is in for Fermanagh. And she plays her club football with Brookborough. So Fermanagh will go on with 3 wins from 3 from their group as they head for the semi-final meeting with Limerick in 2 weeks' time. For Derry, It's about building for next year and taking a lot of positives from this game, Eilish, in fairness to them.
Yeah, sure, and the conditions just have been very, very difficult. So I think anybody sitting down to do a video analysis or to sum up their performance is very difficult when they've seen the conditions that these girls had to play in the first half. And of course, plenty of passes just have went a wee bit astray and maybe dropped the ball and their footings left them. But you couldn't fault the Fermanagh girls for their effort, their work rate, particularly in the second half. They've really upped the levels here.
And Shannon McQuaid gets her name on the score sheet. 3-13 to 111. Pretty high scoring in given the conditions. As the kick out there comes to Annie Neil-Loughlin. Is there a score in Derry to finish it off with? Good tracking back there from Sarah McCarville. But Annie Neil-Loughlin holds possession. Looks for the runner. Anna Martin does it. Little dinky pass, but maybe too much on it. But Kate Hargan does very well to gather. Kate Hargan into space, into the corner. But this time it doesn't slip through the hands of Emer Quinn. But in fairness to Nuala Brown, she's not given up. She's still battling for possession over there. But Fermanagh clear their lines. We're into additional time at the end of the game. As Fermanagh come forward looking for a score to finish them off before the journey back home. They'll be glad to get in for a warm shower, I'm sure, and get out of the wet clothes before that trip on the bus back home.
Yeah, Fermanagh will be pleased to have kept attack. Dead rubber or not, they still want to maintain their momentum going into the next match. So, and look, Derry have asked plenty of questions of them as well, and by and large Fermanagh have just that wee bit more quality anyway, and they've been able to get work a couple of good scores.
Brahim Bogue with the effort, but she was been pushed away from goal. She had to go further and further away. Derry defensively were pushing her away as the referee. Let's play continue. Does he? No. He says that is that. An entertaining game. It may have meant nothing this evening, but Fermanagh will go on to the semi-finals where they will face Limerick, and that completes the semi-final lineup for the Junior Championship. Of course, for Derry, it's disappointment, but Eilish, they came here on the back of 2 defeats. It is another defeat, but they can take a lot of positives from that display. They'd only 15 players this evening as well, so them 15 players deserve the utmost credit, firstly for lining out and for the performance they put in from start to finish.
Absolutely. The easy option today was maybe just not to turn up. There was a lot on with Derry with their minors in the All-Ireland final, but a credit to those 15 girls, and they give us great entertainment. Definitely a lot of players out there with a strong and good future if they apply themselves, and obviously they need to get the other 14 or 15 teammates out there as well to circle the wagons, because they'll see that Fermanagh team against Limerick now. They'll not be too far away at the end of it either. Fermanagh Limerick, that's going to be a tasty semi-final, but Derry girls there, they're not too far behind that Fermanagh team either.
We could be looking at an all-Ulster final in the Junior Championship, down in one half, Fermanagh in the other, but Carlow and Limerick will have another say on that one. But it's finished here. Thanks to Eilish Gormley for joining me on co-commentary, Nev on camera, and the boys back at base. That wraps up this evening's game here from a very wet Ballymacguigan. It's finished in victory for the visitors. Fermanagh 3-13, Derry 1-11.
A lot can happen in just 1 second. Winning goal, winning save.